Hey, once again, it's on. We're here for another beautiful day with another beautiful podcast. This is your man Julius Wright, not Julius Rock anymore. I'm Julius Wright. Here with my main man P. How you doing today, P?
Hey, I'm living, brother. I'm living. Still on the West Coast, figuring out how to make my way back east. But for the moment, enjoying a beautiful day in the hellhole, which is Arizona on the West Coast.
All right, so barbershop mentality. We might be right. We're here for another. It kind of had a little about a 2-week break, maybe two and a half week break. We didn't go since the Super Bowl, and we just want to come dust over a couple of things, man, before free agency get popping, man, the draft get popping, man. So last time we did a podcast, our brother in arms, Brian Flores, revolutionary Brian Flores. He took a job with a guy that my man P here was coming for his neck a little bit. You know what I mean? He was questioning his blackness.
Right. I like that word better. I like questioning better than coming for his. I wasn't coming for Mike Tomlin's neck. I just wanted him.
You were coming for the only goddamn spot on the Dow Nation, the only chocolate chip cookie that we got to wrap our arms around. You was coming for him a little bit. This goddamn Mike Tomlin threw all his goddamn black cards on the table and gave my man Brian Flores a job. Talk to me. Give me your thoughts.
Listen, this is what I wanted him to do when I was questioning his veracity of supporting black men in the NFL. Because earlier in the pod season, I came on and I said, yo, Mike Tomlin is a black national treasure. But if he was really about the shits, his offensive, defensive, his staff would be black, or he would be looking to hire black. And since I made those comments, that's all he's done is hire black. I mean, he hasn't missed at all. He hasn't missed at all. Terrell Austin, he brought Brian Flores in, and I'll never question Mike Tomlin again, ever. In the history of my life, never, ever question Mike Tomlin again. I enjoy and I really love bringing Brian Flores on because he's overly qualified for the position he's in. Unfortunately, I don't think Mike Tomlin had any room in his upper staff, those defensive coordinator positions to put him there. Obviously, Terrell Austin got that job before, Brian Flores ended up on his staff. So it's clear that Mike Tomlin is just saying, yo, you deserve an opportunity to be a coach in the league. Go ahead and jump on my staff so you're employed, and then we're going to work the channels while we got you to make sure you get where you need to go. I don't like people questioning Brian Flores' integrity by saying if you're suing the league that doesn't hire black people, why would you take a job back in the NFL? That makes absolutely no fucking sense. The man has told you he likes to coach. He loves to coach. His life's goal is to coach. He's a coach. He just wants the hiring process to be more fair. The best way to do that is to be inside of the mechanism that you're trying to change so you can enact change. So,
but that's like this. But to me, that always was stupid because Kaepernick wants to play in the NFL.
Right.
Like he sued NFL. He said he wanted to play in the NFL. Like that never made sense to me. But continue.
But no, and that's just, that's just the talking points of, people who don't believe racism exists. Why do you want to be a part of something that doesn't love you, or to go back to your country crowd, even though I'm pretty sure 75% of Black Americans in the U.S. are actual Americans born in the U.S., but that's neither here nor there. I'm really proud of Mike Tomlin. I'm really excited for Brian Flores and some of the other moves the Steelers are making. We may be Black owned from top to bottom in that motherfucker.
Let me piggyback off that. Listen, if they get Louis Riddick, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the craziest. I'm not gonna say I'm the craziest Louis Riddick fan. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really paid my attention to what he's done. But if the Steelers do this, Black GM black head coach, black defensive coordinator, Flores, and maybe find themselves a black quarterback. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's too much black excellence for me. A little bit too much black excellence for me. I've heard rumblings of a Cameron Newton maybe in the cards, but I don't want to go open that door. I'm not emotionally ready for that door right now because that's going to take a lot out of me. If Cameron Newton goes to the Steelers with a black GM and a black head, that's too much. I'm not emotionally ready for that right now, but I like the Steelers putting their money where their mouth is, man. You know what I mean? I think Flores is going to kind of, even though, the Steelers have a defensive coordinator, I think Flores is going to be like calling plays. I think he's going to have input because, in the NFL, and I'll tell my guy Burtis, you got to coach. You can't fade away. You got to do something. You know what I mean? If you want to get back to the head coach's spot, you got to, you know what I mean? You got to be a coordinator, coach, something. I am curious what the owners are saying to the Rooney family now, though. I'm very curious.
They can't say shit to the Rooney family. The Rooney family is the only family that can pull some shit like this and won't be questioned because they've been at the forefront of diversity in the NFL since diversity in the NFL became a real thing. So
yeah,
that's and if I was gonna knock the Brian Flores hire, it would be that it was the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin who did it because it's again, I'm never ever gonna question Mike Tomlin ever again in my life, but they would be the most likely ownership group to support a Brian Flores. So it's great that they did it, but it's also not surprising that it was them as well because the damn Rooney Rule is named after.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm not taking anything away from the move because the move is still an amazing move. But it would have meant a lot more if the Woody nigga from the Jets made that move. You feel a Trump supporter made that move. Somebody who's don't really, the New York Giants did it.
Nah, I thought the Saints would have jumped out the window a little bit, but I always felt they were going to bring back Dennis Allen anyway. Especially when they did interview him for like 9 hours just to hire Dennis Allen anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it makes the most sense. I think I think everything just has to kind of let the chips fall, and once the chips fall, we'll get a better kind of understanding because I believe the NFL is we're tightening everything. We're moving differently. We got too many lawsuits going on right now. We got Snyder being Teflon up in there, just being nasty. We got the Cowboys, got glory holes up in the cheerleading showers. We got doggone Flores suing us. We already look racist. We got Gruden suing us. We got too much going on. You know what I mean? Could we just settle with concussions? You know what I mean? Just the NFL just got too much going on, and they just, they don't got time for it. And I wouldn't be shocked if the next cycle, depending on, how the Steelers look defensively, right? The next hiring cycle, I think we're going to get more brothers, maybe 2 more. You know what I mean? I feel strong about it. I think teams are, you know what I mean? Just if you look at the compensation that the Dolphins got, and I think the Niners got a pick, I think a 3rd rounder for their coach going to the Dolphins. Like it's profitable to hire minorities. So, if you're a team that's in cap hell, you know what I mean, or pick hell, wink, wink Panthers, it makes sense. So I just wouldn't be shocked, man. That's just me. Moving forward, man. A topic me and my colleague P have been going at for a while, right? My man P thinks Kylier Murray is a hoe, right? Even though we are proud supporters of black quarterbacks, my man P thinks, Kylier Murray's a hoe. It's come out that Kylier Murray just wants a change. When he was drafted, the Cardinals were a 3-win team. Then it went to 7-win, 8-win team, then 11-win team, right? He wants his chicken. I don't see nothing wrong. I don't think Kyler's a hoe. I think Kyler's throwing his damn weight around. He wants his bag. P, you are in Arizona. Talk to me about Kyler Murray wanting his bag.
My problem has never been with Kyler Murray wanting his money, because he deserves his money. Let me put that out there first and foremost. I want him to get paid. He should be getting paid. He has outperformed the rookie contracts that the CBA has forced him to sign on these 4-year, 5-year option deals. He's outperformed it already. This is throughout the better half of the season, this was an MVP candidate. This is a guy that's broken out in the 3 years that he's had the opportunity to break out. 2 or 3 years. This is second or third year. I can't remember, but he's done more than enough in the time he's been given with the Cardinals to demand his money. My problem with Kyler Murray is how he went about letting the team know he was upset. That is the whole shit that I am talking about. This man went on Instagram and removed every single picture of the Cardinals, and it took us 3 weeks to find out, oh, he just wants his money. He threw a bitch fit in the most juvenile type of way. My 17-year-old son, who's not the most mature person in the world, didn't even ever do this shit. Like, I never logged into my dummy account on social media and seen my son post some "I hate my mom and dad" shit, or take our pictures off Instagram. And we didn't gave him reason to take us off his Instagram. He's never done it. He's 17. Kyler Murray's for this referencing age, he's a grown man. That's not how you handle business. Deshaun Watson handled his business like a man. He said, look, I'm not playing for y'all again unless y'all take my input and, move the team in the direction I think is the best for everyone, all 53 men on the team. They didn't move accordingly, and Deshaun Watson said, hey, I'm not showing up. And you know what he did? Stayed his black ass home. Kyler Murray doesn't necessarily have to go to the Deshaun Watson route. He ain't have to do the social media shit, which in turn led other people to start those rumors that, oh, he's immature, he doesn't take accountability. And now you got Larry Fitzgerald's dad saying shit, which if Larry Fitzgerald's dad is talking, I believe that shit, because them Fitzgeralds don't even really talk like that to begin with. And out of respect for Larry's organization, I don't think his dad would say nothing out the paint unless it was already discussed with Larry. That's another conversation. But if Larry Fitzgerald Sr. says some shit, I listen to him. Yeah, man, Kyler Murray just acting like a hoe right now. I'm not done with him. I'm still rocking with him. I still got the Kyler Murray pom-poms. I just don't like how the young brother is conducting his business. If he was advised to do that, he should fire his agency and whoever's representing him, because you might get your money, but you're going to be the most hated athlete in Arizona the way you're going about it. And you're going to have this fair or unfair, you're going to have the same thing happen to you that happened to Cam Newton, where people call you selfish and attack your character and all this shit. And I just want our black quarterbacks to avoid
happen like that anyway, though.
Yes, but it should happen because they're lying, not because they're telling the truth.
It shouldn't happen, period. It shouldn't happen, period.
Listen, I don't want to be I don't want to white splendor, but Jay Cutler had the same thing happen to him, and Jay Cutler just didn't give a fuck. So
Jay Cutler didn't get, you know what happened? Jay Cutler got bag after bag after bag and potential after potential. They were waiting for, you know what, like the chick that just want the nigga to do right. You know what I mean? I just want the kid to take care of his kids. I just want that's how GMs and teams felt about Jay Cutler. They just wait for him to do right, and he never did right. Kyler Murray is not Jay Cutler.
No, not as far as talent goes. You're absolutely right. He is not Jay Cutler.
He is not Jay Cutler. Kyler Murray is saying, I want my chicken. Okay. Could he have gone about it another way? Sure. whatever. I want my chicken. You sometimes with some organizations, you have to just throw your balls around, bro. You know what? You know what it is? When you're a quarterback, right? And I'm gonna use Russell Wilson as an example. The only way you get what you want is you got to be willing to be a savage. You can't be liked, because if you're liked, you'll never get what you want. As a black quarterback, you can't. You have got to be that brash asshole to get what you want. It's the only way. Company man don't get paid. Russell Wilson is learning this the hard way because he's done everything right. And guess what? Matthew Stafford came in his division, won a Super Bowl with a better team. And now the narrative is Russell's the third best quarterback in his division. And all because he got hurt for 4 games. That's the narrative. He's not better than Matthew Stafford. He's been better than Matthew Stafford his entire career. So guess what? In order to fix these narratives, you got to put yourself into situations. And you might have to be the bad guy sometimes. Sometimes you got to be Thanos, man. So sometimes you got to be the Joker. It is what it is.
There's
agree nothing
with
wrong
you.
with that. I don't think that's being a hoe. I think that's college saying, yo, I want my chicken. If I can look at Kirk Cousins get $45 million. If I can go look at this bum get $40 million, why can't I? Why must you lower my price tag? Because when it's time for me to get paid and I get hurt again, you're gonna be like, well, Kyler, I think 30. Don't you want to kind of help the team? Nobody gives a damn what Kirk doing. Kirk Cousins has been mediocre his entire career. He's going to get $45 million to be even more mediocre. You know why? Because, we got to have a quarterback. Maybe Kevin O'Connell can fix it. Ain't nothing going to change with Kirk Cousins because he's trash. I'm not mad at Kyler, bro. You're young. Get your money, man. Get your money. That's just me.
Listen, I agree with you. Kyler Murray he was in line for a bag anyway. Isn't that always what they say about quarterbacks when it's your time to get a deal? It's your time to get a deal. I think he would have got the bag without the hissy fit. That's just me personally. So. Maybe what he's trying to do is he's trying to accelerate the bag. And I understand that. Nigga, removing stuff off your Instagram is not going to get it done. It's not going to get it done. Going to your agent and telling them, if they're not talking about paying us, we're not talking about playing. That's how you do that. Deshaun Watson.
This is the same owner that they said held back coaches' bonuses. Like, the owner's wilding. The owner got his damn feelings. I'm just saying, the owner got his damn feelings. Now Kyler's like, yo, you want to get petty? I get petty, bro. But like, I don't see nothing wrong with you.
Listen, it's not the message, it's the method. He's telling them he's dissatisfied. Cool, I get that. He wants his money. Listen, it's old white men running this situation. They don't understand what that means. They had to ask their daughters Kyler changed his Instagram. We don't know what that means. Can you tell? And then a 16-year-old child told the fathers what it meant, and they're like, oh, okay. Your message, you got to communicate with men. I don't care if you get into a fist fight because that's some anarchy that I'm with all the shits. I don't care what you do. Don't do it like that. That's all I'm saying. Go get your money. Tell them, listen, crash the car into the side of the building and say, fuck your building and fuck that car. I want my money. Cool. That's some wild shit. But hey, the Instagram, that's just where I'm at. That's just me. That's just where I'm at.
We can agree, disagree. Let's talk about a brother that deserves his money and should have gotten his money. Lamar, Jackson. I didn't see the shop episode yet with LeBron to see what Lamar Jackson's true comments about racial bias. See, even I don't care what he said. I'm with. It doesn't matter to me. 1,000%. It doesn't matter what he said. I don't care. I'm with you, Lamar. Don't matter. Just tell me, point to me where the ops are. That's all I did. Where the ops are, where their Twitter page, I will go and handle business. Not a big deal to me. Okay. Now, my concern, Lamar, is we need our chicken, Lamar. Okay. You should have been got your money. I don't know what the holdup is. you deserve to get $40 million. Okay, every penny. Why is Lamar not getting his money yet? That's why I'm baffled by that. I don't want Lamar Jackson playing on a 5th-year deal. I don't want that. I don't need that. No, talk to me.
There's some conflicting reports out there. Obviously, Lamar Jackson represents himself through proxy of, I believe, his mother being his agent, which I support 1,000%. Because if you're going to get the money, try and keep all the money in the family. You feel me? I support that. I don't care what anybody says about her not being an agent, this, that, and the third. There's different ways to skin a cat. You don't got to go through no old predominantly white institution and the path that was blazed to get representation in 2021, 2022. You don't got to do it now. There's conflicting reports that it hasn't been a priority of Lamar Jackson to pursue his contract negotiations. I don't know how true that is. I'm just reporting the news. If that's the case, Lamar might be more of a, hey, I just want to play and do, he might be taking a Tom Brady route as opposed to taking the Kylier Murray route. I don't think that there's going to be much of an argument when he actually does. And if that rumor is true, if he actually does take it serious, I don't think it's going to be much of an argument not to pay him. I mean, he's only a top 5 quarterback in the league. I don't care what any of these other lists are talking about. Lamar Jackson, when healthy, is probably a top 3, if we're being honest. And that's, taking Brady out because he ain't in the league anymore. But clearly a top 5. The conversation should be easier to have than, Kirk Cousins getting his first 2 contracts. Should be easier to have than Josh Allen getting his money last year. It should
Derek
be
Carr getting $40 million.
Exactly. More than whatever Derek Carr gets. Go ahead and throw extra 20 on top for Lamar. Lamar should probably be the first 60 to 70 million a year quarterback. Because that's how much he means to the Ravens. And you saw what happened to the Ravens when Lamar Jackson didn't play. So, that's just what I'm reading and what I'm hearing is that it just hasn't been a priority for Lamar Jackson. Whether that's true or not,
do you see the narrative coming?
The narrative against his mother, yeah.
Well, that's always been there. The narrative that I saw it on Twitter yesterday. Lamar better get an agent because the Ravens have Tyler Huntley, because Tyler Huntley has success. So the Ravens have options. It's better that Lamar gets with an agent so they can get this settled, right? Leaked by an agent that wants to, AKA manage Lamar Jackson. Number one, Tyler Huntley didn't do anything. I think he's, and I don't want to bash the black quarterback, but he didn't do anything. I saw the narrative when he won that one game. It was like, well, he was better than Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens proceeded to lose 4 or 5 straight. After Lamar Jackson got the Ravens to the number 1 seed in the AFC. To me, if I'm Lamar, you can't go in. 2 things. Either Lamar trying to get out of Baltimore, which is going to be impossible because they can franchise tag him, or Lamar, just doesn't have. Maybe he's just so focused on football that he's just not thinking about nothing else. You know what I mean? I think Lamar Jackson sit back and he's watching Joe Burrow, and he's sitting back and he's watching, everybody else. He's like, yo, I gotta get mine. You know what I mean? I think he is a fierce competitor, and I can see Lamar Jackson kind of putting pressure on the Ravens to continue to stay competitive. You know what I mean? At his own expense, because he wants to win that bad.
Yeah.
Now, the flip side did not. Now, there's another thing I'm thinking about. All right, Lamar Jackson is imagining himself for right now, right? You're on that Shop episode, right? With LeBron, right?
I haven't seen it. Oh, I see. I see what you're doing. Yeah.
Who's connected to LeBron?
I mean, Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, But you know what? I see the angle, but I don't think them brothers, I think they see Lamar trying to be black owned and they see him trying to do it himself. I think that they might guide him in the best way, but I don't think that they want to take his representation from him because, like I said, you know, he made a conscious decision. This is just not no guy doing this because he don't, you know, want to take an agent and do a split. Him and his mom had a conversation when he was coming through the draft process. And they said, we can do this ourselves. And to this point, I think she's done an excellent job because obviously he's got deals outside of the NFL that are carrying him very well. I think your point might be more salient towards, you know, he's taking a Tom Brady route. He wants the Ravens to put the pieces around him. Also, with quarterback contracts, the best quarterback contract is always the last one to get paid, right? So yes. Lamar Jackson may not be in a rush because he might be like, I got 5 years to do this. And in my 5th year, I got faith that I'm going to still be who I am. And it's only going to get more and more expensive every time somebody gets paid. So Derek Carr and them are going to take this round of high paid dollars. Next year might be Lamar's time. Or, you know, I don't see him playing on a 5th year option. I think they're going to pick that up. But
well, I mean, he's going to be on a 5th year option now. He's going to the season, the 5th year option.
He's going in. This is the 5th year already?
Yeah, it's the 5th year.
Shit, I thought he was on the 4th year.
No, bro. No. You got to think rookie year, right?
2017, right?
Yeah. Then MVP 2nd year, right?
2018.
The year after that, 3rd year, he won a playoff.
No, 2018 was his 1st year. 2018, 19,
yeah.
20,
2019.
You're right. Yeah, this is 5th. Yeah.
2020 won a playoff game. Last year got hurt. This is year 5. Like, Lamar, what we doing, baby? What we doing? We need to get our chicken, bro.
Hey, listen, take the 5th year. I guess that's what we're doing. The Ravens put them pieces around that they need to put around. And then 2023, take me to the moon.
Lamar, well, you know something? Lamar got time because you got to do it before I think camp starts.
So like June 15th.
Yeah, he got some time. He has a boatload of time actually. Because even if they do, because I remember that happened with Watson. Watson played on the 5th year. Well, no, Watson signed on the 4th, right? This past year was the 5th year, right? He didn't play. And then now he's getting to the 35. So the Ravens were supposed to do it, you know, if they have to do it. You know what I mean? They don't have any choice. Because you don't want to go into the season looking for another quarterback. You know what I mean? So it's got to get done. But what I was going to say was, this is what I think is going to happen. Look, I think Lamar wants to stay black owned, right? But you can stay black owned with a black owned company. So even if you don't want to fool with Clutch, there's another company out there, right? Upstart black company, QC, rap label. They got a sports marketing division. I'm just saying. Just don't be shocked, man. Don't be shocked. I wouldn't be, you know what I mean? I would not be shocked if, you know, because a lot of these Clutch Sports and a lot of these guys are trying to break into this NFL. Because the NFL is a different game out there, you know what I mean? And a lot more black-owned sports agency companies are really trying to get in there, man. You know what I mean?
Donda Sports.
I can't trust them. I can't trust them, man. You see what Donda Sports got AB at, right? So moving forward. So, all right. Couple teams need quarterbacks. Colts, Steelers, Commanders, Bucks, Saints, Poverty Panthers, and Denver Broncos, right? So, shooting from the hip, just shooting from the hip. What do you think these teams will do? I'm gonna fire out a team. Give me your opinion. Let's start with the coach. Just team you're familiar with.
The Indianapolis Colts. No, Carson Wentz is out of there. They're going in a different direction than Carson Wentz.
Hot
I
this
think he really fucked them in that last
okay.
game of the season. And I think, listen, Indianapolis only knows over the course of the last 20 plus years winning quarterbacks. They went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. And, they did the little thing with Phillip Rivers because that was, some weird shit was going on there. But still a Hall of Famer. Phillip Rivers, for what it's worth, Hall of Fame quarterback. Andrew Luck had Hall of Fame arc. He didn't fulfill the mission because he said, I don't want to fuck with y'all anymore. Carson Wentz really let the city down. He let ownership down. They're moving on from Carson Wentz. Who they bring in there, obviously, is going to be the question.
Throw it out there, bro. Listen, throw it out there. This is what I need. We need predictions. Give me your prediction.
I think, man, this is tough. This is tough because I don't know what their pick is in the draft. I don't know if they have a first round pick. The Eagles have their first round pick. They might fuck around and rock with Jacob Eason. They might fuck around and just rock with Jacob Eason. Let him do his thing. That. I don't think they're going to be big players in free agency because they got a lot of other holes to fix. They got they need some receiver help. They need some offensive line help. I think they're pretty well together on defense. But offensively, I think the reason you lost Andrew Luck is the reason that you got to fucking work on the team. You got to be able to protect the quarterback. They got the best run game in not in the league, but among their top 3 in the league in run game. I don't think they're going to take a quarterback in free agency. I think they're going to let Jacob Eason ride.
I think they're going to keep Carson Wentz because they don't got no choice. I think they have no choice whatsoever because if you look at the quarterback market, right? No, you fucked yourself trading for Carson Wentz. It was supposed to work, and I know he got hurt. I know he was unvaxxed, but none of that matters because, Carson, you had everything you want. You had the run game. You had the offensive line. You had the coach that coached you when you were MVP. You had everything that you want, and you did not get it done. And I think Jim Irsay, right? He strikes me as an impatient guy, a highly impatient guy, right? I think he's a beloved guy, but I think he may have punched a hole in the wall losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And there's the only thing Carson Wentz can do to make him feel better is win him a Super Bowl because he's never going to let that go. It gets to a point sometimes where you are what you are, right? I think they either going to stay with Carson, right? Or because even if you draft, you got to keep Carson, right? You can either trade for Jimmy, but then you'll look. But I think the GM's on a hot seat with the quarterback just because he's been dragging this quarterback for so long. I think I do got an idea. You take every bit of draft capital that you have and you throw it at Seattle. You throw it all at Seattle, whatever you want, and you go get Russell. And you get Russell out of Seattle and you bring him there. That's the only thing that I could see open right now for them. That's just my opinion. If he got to take 3 picks, 4 picks, whatever, you call them, you make them say no. Give me your thoughts.
I don't think Russell wants to be in Indianapolis.
Well, you're right. He does have no trade clause. You're right.
Yeah, I don't think Russell wants to be in Indianapolis. And quick correction, Jacob Eason is the backup to the backup. Sam Ehlinger, the Texas quarterback, would be the kid.
You know what? Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, Mariota is a free agent.
Marcus Mariota.
You know, let's keep it black. You know what I'm saying? I know Teddy Bridgewater and Jameis Winston's out there. Although I think Jameis Winston will be back in New Orleans. But yeah, you know,
Teddy Bridgewater. You know what?
I just don't think
Teddy
see them
Bridgewater
making a
Colts,
move.
yep.
I don't see them making a move for a quarterback. I see them rocking with the kids that they've drafted to see.
You know what? I'm there with you. Teddy Bridgewater 1-year deal, Colts. That's my prediction. 1-year deal. Keep Carson. If you can move up for Carson, Teddy Bridgewater, I like that. I think if Teddy can, I don't know.
Teddy's solid. He's not no superstar. He should be getting the Kirk Cousins checks because that's about where they are.
But are you going to get to the? I get it. But the thing with the Colts want to get to the playoffs. The Colts want to win the damn division. That's what the Colts want. The Colts want to win the damn division. So I got to get to the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I'm leaning Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater for the Colts. But I think they're gonna keep Carson. I don't think they got no other choice. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh. Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. I don't think they're going to get Deshaun Watson because they have so many holes. And they need all their picks. And that's not Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is equipped to handle Deshaun Watson. I just don't see it because they got offensive line help. You got to do some things with your defense. It's so much. I see Jimmy G. I can see Jimmy G being a Steeler. Or I can see Cam Newton going to be a backup. That's what I see.
I don't want to go through the Cam Newton circus anymore. I'm tired of having hope. I'm tired of being excited.
No. When I say Cam Newton, I mean Cam Newton's not a starter. I don't see Cam Newton being a starter anywhere. I see Cam Newton.
We say that because we want him to be in a stable situation, but when he gets there, we're not going to be satisfied with him on the sideline. We're just
I have my closure. I have enough. I am fine with Cameron being a backup red zone quarterback. I'm fine. I'm happy.
I have conditions that have to be met if Cam Newton's going to be a backup. I have conditions that have to be met. Cam Newton has to be he has to be a backup to a black quarterback. I will not stand for him sitting behind a white. I won't do it. I won't be able to do it. I would rather him be out the league.
It's gonna be. Let's move on. We're not gonna talk about Cam Newton. Cam Newton takes people places, man. Cam Newton puts people mental health on. He puts people mental health in jeopardy, man. Washington Commanders. I don't think Washington they cannot touch Deshaun Watson. They got too much stuff going on.
Listen, I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet that said Deshaun Watson's on vacation with Terry McLaurin in Jamaica right now as we speak.
Yo, that Dan Snyder's a hot boy. Dan Snyder is bulletproof, bomb-proof, everything. You can't touch Dan Snyder, man. I don't know what it is about Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder got Roger Goodell family in a basement right now.
You know the evil billionaire arcs that they have in all these shows? Yeah. Like that's really him. Like that Dan Snyder is who they base the evil billionaire off of.
You know what, with that being said, I see Deshaun Watson 3 places that's left on my list. I can see the PR beating. It
doesn't matter.
And they don't care. They do not care. Dan Snyder does not care at all. Dan Snyder about his cream. He about his wins. He doesn't care at all. So with that being said, I can fully see Deshaun Watson going to doggone the Washington Commanders. I see them risking it all. I see them throwing whatever type of draft compensation they have at the Texans' feet for Deshaun Watson. Allegations or not, I can see it. I can see it. That's what I see. Next team, Tampa Bay Bucks.
Who's their backup that they had there?
Kyle Trask.
I don't see them rocking with him. Yeah, I don't see them rocking with him. I
can see them going to get Deshaun Watson.
I think what do we think about I don't know. If they don't have belief in Kyle Trask as the backup there, I mean, you're gonna hate me for this, but I think Mitchell Trubisky could rock out down there.
Mitchell Trubisky down there in Tampa Bay. But so my thing with Mitchell Trubisky is, and again, I'm not about to sit out like I watched a bunch of Bears games. Can Mitchell Trubisky stretch the field? Because that's what Bruce Arians, he wants to air it
out. I don't think that's a part of his game. Actually, that's the weakest part of his game is accuracy down the field. But I think Mitchell Trubisky is a perfect game manager if you don't have anything in place and you got a strong team around them. You got a strong running game.
Well, I think he's, you know what? I think Mitchell Trubisky's going to be a coach. I can see him being a coach.
I mean, yeah. I don't see the Colts playing for QB and free agency. I just don't see it.
I think the Bucks. So with the Bucks, to me, I think the Bucks. It's kind of like once you've tasted the sugar, you can't go back. You know what I mean? You just can't go back on a diet right now. You just got to keep eating sweets now. And I don't think the Bucks, who've put all their chips to the table for 2 years, are about to go back on some rebuild mode. I think Bruce Arians, Leftwich, Bowles, they are in it to win it, and I could just see them trying to go back and it's taking a swing for a quarterback. You know, I hear what Bruce says about what Gabbert. I think Bruce is talking.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. He just talking. But he knows he can't roll no damn Blaine Gabbert out there. So with that being said, I can see Tampa either drafting, or I can see them like getting real spicy in the Deshaun Watson, because I think you see the draft of Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? I don't really see. I could maybe see a Bridgewater down there, but Bruce wants to air it out. Bruce really, really wants to air it out. So that's the only thing I can think of. Maybe talk Big Ben out of retirement, maybe something crazy like that. But you know, that's just what I think. I think the Bucs are going to be in there with the Redskins and at the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes. All right, let's talk about the Saints, man. I think the Saints are in cap hell, right? Sean Payton, ran from the grind, in my opinion. The easiest thing for them to do is bring back Jameis Winston, in my opinion.
I think that's the only thing they can do.
Yeah, they have to bring back Jameis Winston. You know what I mean? And I don't think it'll cost them much. because he got hurt. But I think, maybe a little 2-year deal. Jameis Winston, it just makes all the sense in the world.
Jameis is hungry too. Like you can get him on we believe in you. We gave you a shot when nobody else gave you a shot. Come on and take the discount and run it back with us. We got you. We're going to have your number one target back. He's going to be back with you. Come on, Jameis, run it back. And I think Jameis will take it because Jameis understands, number one, I'm black.
Yep.
Number two, there's already a narrative out there about me that I'm trying to shake off. Number three, I'm better than this fucking bum that they actually ended up paying. So yeah, I think Jameis is gonna make it easy for the Saints to make that decision.
I agree. It's a slam dunk. Jameis Winston to the Saints. Denver Broncos. To me, I think Denver is going to get Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers has to have the balls to let Denver come get him. Because when you leave a team, the grass may not be greener, but you got to go find out. And I think Denver, Elway, the whole clique over there, they are about big quarterbacks. Elway, Peyton, Aaron Rodgers, and they're going to do whatever it takes for to make Green Bay say no. And I think Green Bay's totally fine with saying yes. I think he's going to Denver.
That's what all the reports are saying. And I can't go against it. Obviously, there's something there. It's been a Denver rumor since before the season ended. I honestly really don't give a fuck what Denver does. I hope they burn because I'm rocking with Brian Flores. But yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers would be cool there.
I think Denver's going to give Aaron Rodgers everything he wants. You remember when Peyton got there and it just kept on, we're going to give you welcome, we're going to give you boom, we're going to give you boom, that's what's going to happen. It's just going to be some LA Rams F those picks if they get Aaron. I feel strongly about that. Very strongly about that.
I'm about to say, I'm not the biggest Aaron Rodgers fan. I don't really believe in him like everybody else believes in him. I think he's a nice little front runner. Aaron Rodgers is not fucking Peyton Manning.
No, he's not Peyton Manning.
They could do the same moves. They could do the same moves for Aaron Rodgers that they did for Peyton Manning, and they're not going to win no Super Bowl because in the prime, Peyton didn't win the Super Bowl. Peyton got his Super Bowl on the way out when he was playing like ass at the expense of Cam Newton. I think it was an inside job, but that's neither here nor there. Listen. Denver's already attached themselves to Aaron Rodgers. I think that's the direction they're going to go. That's also why we bring him up. That's also a reason why I don't think Lamar has made a move with his deal yet. He wants to see what Aaron Rodgers is going to do.
That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. Or maybe you want to see what Carr is going to do.
Yeah, or any of these quarterbacks, or Murray, or Cousins, or whatever is out there.
That makes sense because once you get paid, then somebody's gonna leapfrog you. So I get it. That makes sense. And then the TV deal coming too, so it ain't like it's not possible. Amazon just dipped their toe in the NFL. They bring in the bag. ESPN redid that deal. Fox redid that deal. So like NFL salary cap is going up. So $50 million quarterback, that's more than that's going to be the bar soon. So I get it. And Lamar Jackson did say he wanted to be a billionaire. All right. Last team, the Poverty Panthers. All right. This is what I think the Panthers should do.
We're on the same page already. We ain't talked about this, but we're on the same page already. Go ahead and talk to me.
If you want to get Kenny Pickett, do it. My issue with Kenny Pickett is I've seen Kenny Pickett play since 2017. right? And you see the flashes with Pickett, but it took Kenny Pickett about 5 years to get it together. You know what I mean? Just to get this product. If they didn't have a COVID year, my question is, where would Kenny Pickett have been? You know, the fifth year helped. The fifth year helped a lot of guys with their stock this year. You know what I mean? Fifth, sixth year, whatever, right? The COVID year. I'm just not too crazy with Kenny Pickett. I feel like we take Kenny Pickett, he's gonna be cool, but Malik Willis is gonna be bad. I when I see
that's where we at.
That's where we at.
That's
I've been
where
there
we at.
for a minute. I want Malik Willis, and here's the thing: for those who just now listen to this podcast, are we partial to black QBs? You better damn believe it.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn right. But if we see a bad bitch white quarterback, we will opt for the bad bitch white quarterback.
I will keep it real. I will keep it real. Trust me. I might say I don't like it, but I will keep it 1,000% about that man's skill.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw this, and this is why I'm even more excited about Malik Willis now. Did you know who said? Did you see who said that Malik Willis's game reminded them of themselves? Did you see that report?
Absolutely. That's all I need. That's all I need. I was so risk it all. Draft him at 6. And you will have Panther fans shutting the fuck up.
For those of you,
Panther fans off your ass for a cold year, draft Malik Willis. You will have to worry about shit and straws.
For those of you who don't know the reference we're making, after watching the combine and everything going on with the draft process, Deshaun Watson came out and said Malik Willis's game reminds him of himself. And he also went forward to say that he reminds him of himself on and off the field. Some people may take that negatively, but for what we know about Deshaun Watson, he's a goddamn leader. So take with that information what you will. Massage your sands to the side. Don't really care about it, because from what I'm seeing, most of them cases was scandalous and lies to begin with. But when you got a young quarterback that says this young quarterback reminds me of me when I was a young quarterback, and that quarterback's still in his prime, Deshaun Watson didn't have to say that. He didn't have to come out and say that.
He did not say that. Well, one Cam Newton took a picture with Malik Willis when he was at Auburn. Say, yo, he's up next. The last time Cameron Newton said something about, he said that by Justin Fields. So Cam got a little eye for quarterback, man. You know, he does his 7-on-7. He sees with the talent at. I'm just saying, two things can listen. Malik Willis will get people off Matt Rule's ass.
We don't want that though.
I don't want that. I want pressure on Matt Rule at all costs. He's my op. You're
right. Kenny Pickett, all in. Let's go.
Kenny Pickett would get people off Matt Rule. Kenny Pickett would get people off Matt Rule. He would. This is what I honestly feel. I've noticed Tepper has been extremely quiet. And he's just saying he's just focusing on soccer, whatever. I think David Tepper is either wants Deshaun. I've heard he like Kenny Pickett. I heard he wants Kenny Pickett, but I've also heard he wants to risk it all for Deshaun Watson. Allegations and all, right? Allegations and all, right? And I don't have no problem with that. I'm gonna say it again.
Nasty Boy said he don't want us.
Nasty Boy said that before things change. Things change. You don't know what somebody want until it's time that y'all going. Listen, I still want you though. I still want you. I just want to say this again. People are saying, "Yo, why do you want Deshaun Watson?" NFL teams and fans have no morals. We never have morals. Look through history. No morals. Never had morals. We want to win at all costs. Look at Steeler fans. Big Ben forced a girl into a college student and allegedly raped her. Nobody cares because he won a Super Bowl. It is what it is. No morals. It's what we do. So with that being said, I think that the Panthers are either going to risk it all for Deshaun Watson, or they're going to, they should draft Malik Willis. But they're going to probably draft Kenny Pickett. I'm going to be checked out. But, you know, that could solve a lot of problems. Before we wrap it up, man, what do you think about Troy Aikman on Monday Night Football, man? I'm not the biggest Troy Aikman fan, you know, but he's getting like $20 million.
You know what? I've never been an individual who let a commentator annoy me, because I can always just turn the volume down. I don't need to listen to their commentary to enjoy the football game.
Let me call you right
now. Who else is out there? That's my thing. Who did they pick Troy Aikman over?
Who did they pick Troy?
I don't follow the commentator game to know who's going to be calling what and doing what. So I
think, well, I mean, Troy, to me, ESPN been trying to fill that voice against Gruden. And
shit, well, Gruden he back on the market.
They not touching Gruden, man. They not nobody touching Gruden right now. Nobody touching Gruden. He's too hot right now. I think, but you know, I $17 million for a commentator. I think it's, you know what? I think it's a blessing in disguise for Fox, because I think that Greg Olsen is ready to take over. I think he's ready to ascend. And I think a lot of former NFL players just need that shot, because some of them are very, very decent doing that. But you got to get it. It doesn't always have to be a quarterback doing a commentate. You know what I mean?
I fuck with Aqib Talib. I know people don't like him. I fuck with Aqib Talib when he be calling games. That shit be funny. Like I said, I don't really listen to the commentators to understand the game, but if I do, I like to hear some shit that reminds me of me if I was calling the game. And Aqib Talib does that for me. So I wish they had a channel where they could just have him calling all the national games. Like he just sitting in his crib calling a game. Like on Zoom or whatever. Aqib Talib does it for me. So, I mean, obviously he's not going to get no ESPN bag. But that, you know, if I'm a listen, I want to at least feel like I could be a part of the conversation. But yeah, I don't know. I think, you know, that when they do these commentator things, it goes off ratings and numbers and all these different polls that they take. And I'm sure Troy Aikman has high ratings amongst the NFL viewership. So,
well, he always gets the good games, so he would get high ratings when you know what I mean. When you get the 4:00 game, so you know Monday night hasn't always had the best games. I think ESPN thinks that Troy is going to bring ratings. When if you just flex a better game, then you don't have to worry about this. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like, you know, if Monday Night Football, that's the main reason why Monday Night Football ratings are down. You know, like if you just like, I feel like you got 2 or 3 weeks in advance. You know who hot. Nobody. If the Browns got 5 wins and they playing the doggone Titans who got 2 wins, nobody want to see that game, man. Football or not, like just put better games out. You know, that's just my thing. So man, before we wrap it up, man, free agency starts March 16th, right? It is March 6th. We got about a week, and we'll probably record in 2 weeks now. Give me your free agency hot take, just one.
Free agency hot take, the hottest of the hots. I kind of had my thunder stole from me the last 24 to 48 hours because I always felt like Dallas was going to lose a big piece of their team. but it wasn't who I thought it was going to be. But this move makes it seem like they could go in that direction. I always thought Ezekiel Elliott was going to get shelved for Tony Pollard, and I thought that would have been the biggest, Zeke getting cut, becoming a free agent. It looks like Amari Cooper is going to be the one that ends up.
That Zeke thing can still happen too.
Yeah, Ezekiel Elliott can still get cut. But it kind of took the wind out of my sails a little bit because I was looking at the Cowboys, making a change there. The biggest free agency shakeup that's going to happen, and I'm gonna stand on it, man. I'm gonna stand on it. Whatever team Antonio Brown ends up on. My top 3 options right now, obviously Baltimore is number 1. I know we talked about this on a previous pod. Most people don't want to see it. I want to see it.
I don't want to see that.
I want to see it. Antonio Brown on the Ravens. I could see, time heals all wounds, right? Time heals all wounds. I could see Antonio going to be a part of Black excellence with the Blacksburg Steelers. And I could see Antonio Brown. Honestly, I could see Antonio Brown going back home to Miami as well. I think that would be terrible, a la Chad Johnson, but I could see him going to Miami as well. So that's my biggest free agency thing, because people don't think that he deserves another shot. And I'm telling you right now, Antonio Brown will be playing. He will be starting when football starts back up in September of 2022. So.
All right, my hot take, and we out of here. If Dallas cuts Amari Cooper, right, I think if Russell's not moving, right, I think Seattle's going to be on some last dance shit. This is going to be the last hurrah. Now, I thought this past season is going to be the last hurrah for Russell, but I think this is going to be it, right? This season right here. I think the Seahawks have like the 3rd most cap, right? I think they're going to go trade for Saquon, maybe, because New York looking to move him, because New York's in cap hell. I can see Seattle signing Amari Cooper. I can see them signing a defensive stud or adding some offensive line assistants, and then I think the Empire is striking back at the Rams. I think that, because we all know the NFC West is Fight Club. It's Fight Club. It's the hardest division in football. It used to be AFC North. Right now, the NFC West is the hardest division in football. I don't think Pete Carroll wants to go out like a hoe again. And the Rams, once you win the Super Bowl, you get a little fat and happy. The Cardinals, they went all in last off season. The Niners are going to try to make improvements to make another run. But I think this is Seattle's turn to just, open the catalog and show you how daddy ball. You know what I mean? I think they're going shopping sprees. And I would not be surprised if they try to make one more run to win this NFC and try to win a damn Super Bowl. Why you can't? Because you don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. Matthew Stafford is not about to turn into the Thanos of the NFC. That's not about to happen. And the NFC is wide open. And if you upgrade your engine and you get some rims, and you know what I mean, you get the spoiler on there, you get some leather seats, you know what I mean? you fix everything, you supercharge everything, you can have a Super Bowl too. And I think Seattle Seahawks are going to risk it all the first day of free agency. First, second day, they're going to risk it all, and it's going to get real spooky in the AFC West. This is my hot take.
When Russ leaves, I want Pete Carroll to retire. Pete Carroll's 97 years old. Pete, go home. You're a legend. You're a Hall of Fame coach in both college and NFL. Go. Pete Carroll's going to have a stroke on the sideline. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't think they got another run. I think as soon as Russ is gone, Pete's like, all right, I got some some morning shopping to do. They got some QVC to order. It's Pete, you done well. You got your Super Bowl, you got national champion. How many coaches got a national championship in college and a Super Bowl ring in NFL?
You're right. You're right. We'll see. You know, I'm quite intrigued to see that. But man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. We got a YouTube page coming up, so you can go and give us your feedback, tell us how we're racist, and you don't support the white quarterback, whatever. We don't care. But man, appreciate y'all for listening. Peace.